Hello, everybody. My name is Kieran Lonergan. I'm the founder of Understand IELTS. Welcome to this lesson on how to create flashcards in Anki to learn grammar structures. If you haven't watched the previous videos about why Anki is so important and how it works, please watch them now and then come back and watch this video. So in this lesson, first we will talk about the types of flashcards that you can make. Then I will show you how to make flashcards specifically to learn grammar. I will briefly tell you some rules so that you can make the best flashcards possible. I will share some resources that will help you to make flashcards to learn grammar. And we will end with some homework for you to do before the next lesson. So there are different types of flashcards that you can make for different purposes. If you want to learn basic vocabulary, you have to make a specific type of flashcard. For advanced vocabulary, you need to make a different kind of flashcard. And again, for grammar, there is a separate type of flashcard that you have to make to learn grammar. In the previous lessons, we looked at how to make flashcards to learn basic vocabulary and advanced vocabulary. And this lesson will be all about how to make flashcards to learn grammar. Obviously, flashcards are things that you make yourself, and then you learn the grammar or vocabulary by reviewing those flashcards on a daily basis. Again, if this is unclear, you will need to go back and watch the previous lessons about how flashcards work. But let's look now at how to make flashcards to learn grammar. So when you open Anki and you create your cards, you will have an option to put things on the front of the card and on the back of the card. On the front of the card, or flashcards that you make when you want to learn grammar, you need to have an example sentence, just like when you are learning advanced vocabulary. And then you need to remove the structure or the word or the thing that you want to learn, basically. So if you make an error in a sentence and you get feedback from your teacher because you got a word wrong or you used the wrong structure or type of word, then that is normally the part that you need to remove in your example sentence. As always, I want you to add an image to your flashcards to make them more memorable. And maybe you will need to give yourself a hint to help you get the correct answer. And on the back, we have the answer. So I know that probably doesn't make much sense now, but it will become clear in the next few minutes when I give you examples of what that all means. So let's imagine that this is a sentence that was corrected by my teacher. I'm interested with history. Now, my teacher tells me that that is incorrect, and the correct version is I'm interested in history. Okay, so that's the correct version. Now, it happens many times that the teacher will correct a sentence like this, but then the next day or the next week or 2 weeks later, you make the same mistake again. All you need to do to stop that happening is make a flashcard, and then you will never make that mistake again. So how do you do that? Well, you need to open up Anki, and this is what you will see when you select the option to add a card. For making grammar flashcards, I want you to select the basic card, as you can see here at the top. And first of all, you need to put the information that you will have on the front of the card. So as I said, you need an example sentence. In this case, the sentence is, I'm interested in history. That's the correct sentence. And we need to remove what we want to learn. So the word that I'm trying to learn, that the part that I got wrong, that I need to remember, is this word in. So I need to remove that. I'm interested in history. What word goes in that gap? I'm going to find an image to make this more memorable. I'm interested in World War I history, so I found an image of World War I. It's not very clear, but those are men in the trenches during World War I, and a tip or a hint here to help me know what kind of answer we are looking for. Often a hint will be the type of word that you need to put in the gap. So in is a preposition. So this is my hint. But in this case, I don't think I need a hint because it's obvious that I just need to choose the correct word for that gap. And there's really only one word that can go in that gap that will be grammatically correct. So for this card, no hint. And on the back, the answer, in. So that is how you would make a flashcard to learn this piece of grammar. And what would the flashcard look like? Well, the next day when you review your flashcards, you would see this. On the front, I'm interested in history. Okay, so what goes in that gap? I think it is in. Okay, if I hit show answer down here, I will see the answer appear. Okay, I was correct. So as always, when you are correct, you need to, as you can see there, there's the correct answer. You need to hit good. Or if you got the answer wrong, you need to hit again. And Anki, according to its algorithm, will show you that card again very soon. If it was easy, Anki will show me that card a long time in the future because I don't need to practice it because it was easy for me. But if it was hard, I click this button and Anki will show me that card quite soon because it knows that I need to practice that piece of grammar quite frequently. So depending on how easy you found the little quiz or the little test, that will decide which of these buttons you choose and how soon you will see the card in future. So let's do a demonstration. The best way to understand this is really to look at more examples. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so I have opened Anki by clicking on this icon down here, and Anki, my version of Anki has opened with all of my different decks of things that I'm learning. But I want to make flashcards to learn these sentences because my teacher has identified some errors that I made in my writing. So let's have a look at the first sentence. The internet can be accessed through mobile phones. Okay. As my teacher told me, access is wrong here. It should be accessed. So let's make a flashcard to learn that sentence. I'm going to select add to make a flashcard, and I'm going to select the deck. I'm going to add this card to my English deck. And here we have, I'm going to select the basic card type because I'm just making a grammar flashcard. So I will always select basic when I'm making cards for grammar. And what do I need? Okay, well, first of all, I need my example sentence. Okay, the internet can be accessed through mobile phones. Now what do I need to do? Well, now I need to get rid of the word that I want to learn. Okay, so this is my example sentence, and this is what I need to find the right answer for. Now I'm going to add an image. The internet can be through mobile phones. So I think I'm going to look for an image on a smartphone with the internet. Okay, and I'm going to find an image that I like on smartphone, internet. Okay, this is pretty much representative of my sentence. So I'm going to add that here to my card. And I'm going to add my hint. So very often when you have when you are making a grammar card to learn the word form, is it past tense? Is it past participle? Is it first person, second person, conjugation, that kind of thing? All you need to do is put the base form of the word or the infinitive form of the word to access. And now I know that I need to use the correct form of this word in this gap. And that is what will appear on the front of my card, and on the back of the card, the correct answer, which is accessed. The internet can be accessed through mobile phones. Okay, I will add the card. And that's now been added to my English deck. Let's create another card for the next sentence. Although remote work has many advantages, but overexploitation of anything can do more harm than good. The error here, as my teacher told me, is this word. I don't need but here. If I use although, never use but here. So this is my correct sentence, but this sentence is quite long. Always I want to try to simplify things in my flashcards. All I'm trying to learn is the grammar, so I don't need big, long, complex sentences. So I'm just going to change this to, although remote work has advantages, it also has disadvantages. And this is my correct sentence. So I'm going to add that here. Here you have to be flexible. There are different ways that I could do this. I could take out it and put this on the back. So I need to complete the sentence with the correct word. But again, I don't think I think there might be a better way to do this. What I want to learn is how to use although correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, remote work has many advantages. It also has disadvantages. Okay, and I want to say that, but using although. So my hint I'm going to put here is although, and I'm just going to find an image of remote work. Remote work. Okay, here we go. Find an image that resonates with me. Well, this actually looks like my office at my home, so I'm going to use this image. I'm going to add this here. And I could also write here something like use although in this sentence. Something like that. So this is the test that I need to complete. And on the back, I'm just going to put the correct sentence. Although remote work has many advantages, it also has disadvantages. Okay. I could also put use although to make one sentence. Something like that. So that I know what I need to do to get the correct answer. Okay, I'm going to hit add. That's the second card. Let's add the third card. English is useful language to know. Okay, so this is a problem with articles. My teacher told me that I need to use here. English is a useful language to know. This is a nice simple sentence. I'm just going to use this in my flashcard. Again, there are different ways that I could do this. I could do this and add the missing word. Or even simply correct this sentence. Or for articles, I could put something like this. Choose the correct article. The, an, or zero. Zero means no article. And a useful image. English is so English teacher. So okay, so this looks like my English teacher. I'm going to use this here. And the correct answer on the back, I'm going to add that to my deck. And the last sentence, sales increased for 20%. Okay. So in this case, I wanted to show the amount of the increase and I got it wrong. It should have been sales increased by 20%. So this is the correct sentence. And I'm going to remove correct word. Now here I need to be careful because there are two sentences that mean different things. Sales increased to 20% is also correct, but it means something different. Sales increased by 20% tells you how much sales increased. The amount of the increase was 20%. Sales increased to 20% means that sales went from 10% to 20%, for example. So they increased and then stopped at 20%. Now I need to make it clear which sentence I am trying to complete here in this card. So I can do that with an image, maybe. So 20% increase, let's see. This actually describes perfectly what I want to show. So I'm going to use this image. And I'm also going to put here the amount of the increase was 20% to make it clear that I want to that I want to find this sentence and not this sentence. Okay, so this is what I will have on the front. And on the back, I have the answer, by. And I will hit add. Okay, so let's see what these cards look like. I'm going to go to my English deck. Let's get rid of this so it's not distracting you. So now when I come to review my English cards, this is what I will see. I'm interested. What's the answer? I think the answer is in. I'm interested in history. Okay, I found that easy. The internet can be to access. The internet can be accessed. Okay, that was quite difficult. So I'm going to click hard here. Okay, sales increased. Just talking about, oops, this isn't very well made, but I can always edit this and then put a gap here. There you go. Close. Okay, this is better. Sales increased. So there's a 20% increase in sales. The amount of the increase was 20%. Sales increased, not for, sales increased by. Okay, so that one wasn't very easy. It wasn't too difficult. So I'm going to click good. Okay, and my next card, remote work, has many advantages. It also has disadvantages. Use although to make one sentence. Okay. Although remote work has many advantages, it also has disadvantages, with a comma here. Although remote work has many advantages, it also has disadvantages. Okay, correct. So again, that was quite difficult. So I'm going to click hard and Anki will show me that video sooner rather than later. Here is my final flashcard that I made today. English is, choose the correct article. English is the useful language to know. English is a useful language to know. English is an useful language to know. Or English is useful language to know. Okay. The answer is English is the useful language to know. No, I got that wrong. English is a useful language to know. So because I got that wrong, I'm going to click again and Anki will show me that card very soon so that I can practice it again and get the correct answer. So let's return to the presentation, and to end, I just want to run through a few rules that you should follow when making these kinds of flashcards. So first of all, I want you to make sure, as with all the other flashcards, that you do everything in English. Flashcards can help you learn to think in English, but only if you do everything in English. If you use translations into your native language, then you're not learning to think in English. You're just learning to translate. And that is not what we do when we are fluent in another language. So you will slow down your progress. Next, as you saw with one of those flashcards, I reduced the sentence to make the example sentence short and simple, focusing only on the specific grammar that I want to learn. All the other words and meanings that are contained in a long sentence aren't relevant. So make your sentences short and simple so that they focus just on the grammar that you want to learn. Before you make your flashcards, it's important that you take the time to understand the grammar. Do this using the internet, there are some really useful websites, which I will show you on the next slide, and also a grammar book, or your English teacher. If you just make a flashcard without really understanding why, for example, you need to use the past participle instead of a different form of the word, you will keep getting it wrong, and it will take you a long time to remember the correct grammar. So always make the effort and take the time necessary to understand why why one sentence is incorrect and another form is correct, if that makes sense. And lastly, only one correction per card. So here is our document. Let's imagine that this sentence had 2 errors. The internet can be accessed through mobile phone. Now, it may be tempting to create a flashcard like this. And you may think that that will actually be quicker and you will learn quicker. But that's a really bad idea, because maybe when you review the flashcard, you get this one correct and this one incorrect. Well, then you will still have to press again to show Anki that you got it wrong, and you will be reviewing a flashcard or a grammar point that you got correct. So it's actually inefficient to do it that way. What you should do is create 2 cards, one like this and another one like this. So just remember that. That is 1 correction per card. And some of the resources that you'll find helpful in making these flashcards include wordreference.com, which is a wonderful website where you can discuss many grammar points. So for example, if I search something to do with grammar here and I scroll down to the bottom, then I will see many forum discussions about certain grammar points, before with simple past versus past perfect, for example. And if I click here, I can see discussions that will help me to understand the grammar. This is also a wonderful website just for getting the meaning of words, like a dictionary. So it's very useful for the other flashcards as well. Another very useful language for helping you to understand the meaning of sentences is lingui.com. If you go to that website and you type in a word, it will show you sentences in English and in your native language. So that will help you get a feel for how certain words and phrases are used in English. Google Images, obviously, to make your flashcards, as well as corrections from your teacher. That is the best place to find grammar constructions for your flashcards, because the corrections you get from your teacher or from a native speaker will be your mistakes, the mistakes that you are most likely to make in the exam. And if you correct those mistakes and learn the correct version using flashcards, then the number of errors you tend to make will become less and less and less, and you will get a higher score for grammar in the IELTS test. But of course, you can also use a grammar book to help you understand certain grammar constructions, and also find example sentences and things like that. And these, in my opinion, are the best grammar books out there. I'm sure you can find them online in certain places or order them as well. But if you need a grammar book, I suggest you purchase one of these according to your level. This one is for intermediates. Then we have the advanced version, and then this is for beginner or lower intermediate users. Okay, I hope that has been helpful. For your homework, I'd like you to start practicing, start making your first grammar flashcards, and reviewing your cards every day. Obviously, this only works if you both make and review your cards, and every day is the best way to do that. Have a routine, maybe at the same time every day you have your flashcard session. And finally, if you have any questions, please send me an email at kieran@understandielts.com, and I will be happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you very much. See you in the next lesson.